Welcome back to today's video. We are in Coogee. You can just see behind the umbrella there, and it is a little overcast. Unfortunately, I could not get my camera out to do the introduction, so I'm doing it on my phone. I'm going to try and do my best to do some shots for today and capture what I can. It's still going to be able to be doable with my GoPro and my Sony when we do the sign stuff. See where it goes, and still not too bad to be able to capture what I can. And yeah, it's been quite an eventful, rainy past few days lately. So I was like, this is the only best way I'm going to be able to get Coogee for you all. Can't wait to show you what's around here. Let's get into it. Coogee is a beachside suburb in the eastern suburbs of Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. 8 kilometres southeast of the Sydney Central Business District. The Tasman Sea and Coogee Bay along the Coogee Beach lie towards the eastern side of the suburb. The boundaries are formed mainly by Clovelly Road, Carrington Road and Rainbow Street, with arbitrary lines drawn to join these thoroughfares to the coast in the northeast and southeast corners. The name Coogee is said to be taken from local Aboriginal word Coogee, which means smelly place. Another version is Coogee or Coogee, both of which mean the smell of the seaweed drying in the Bedigal language, or stinking seaweed, a reference to the smell of decaying kelp washed up on the beach. Early visitors to the area from the 1820s onward were never able to confirm exactly what Coogee meant, or if it in fact related to Coogee Beach. Some evidence suggests that the word Coogee may in fact be the original Aboriginal place name for the next bay to the north, now known as Gordon's Bay. Another name, Bob Roy, was also recalled as the indigenous name for the locality. Coogee Surf Life Saving Club was founded in 1907 by local people who believed swimmers needed protection from the dangers of surf. CSLSC prides itself on being a pioneer in the realm of surf life saving. In fact, the first mass rescue, night surf carnival, shark attack, and the development of the rescue resuscitation technique are attributed to the CSLCE. In 2017, a lost and found room, first aid room, kiosk, surfboard, storeroom, and amenities were finished building. It was closed in 2020 because of the COVID-19, but is now reopened. In 1924, construction started on an English seaside-style amusement pier at Coogee Bay. On 24th of July 1928, the pier was officially opened, reaching 180 metres out into the sea, complete with a 1,400-seat theatre, a 600-capacity ballroom, a 400-seat restaurant upstairs, small shops, and a penny machine arcade. Unfortunately, Coogee's rough surf damaged the pier, and it was demolished in 1934. Lifeguards recently discovered remains of the pier on the ocean floor about 50 metres out from shore. Coogee Bay roads runs from Rudwick to Coogee Bay to Coogee Beach, which is reverently protected through its formation as a bay. The surrounding coastline is mostly cliffs, decreasing in height down to the beach in the western part of the bay. The bay is sheltered from the roughest seas by Wedding Cake Island, a rocky reef about 800 metres off from the southern headland. There is a biannual swimming event around the island,
normally in November and April. Beach itself drops off rapidly at the edge of the water, which can result in a dangerous shore break, particularly when the surf is large. The combination of this shore break and high visitor number mean that Coogee has more spinal injuries than any other Australian beach. It was a village in 1838. First school was built in 1863, and the building was converted into the Coogee Bay Hotel in 1873. 3 years later, Coogee Public School was established. Baths there were the only place swimming was permitted in daylight hours. Ocean swimming was not widely commented upon. The aquarium and swimming baths were officially opened on 23rd of December 1887. It covered a block of land bordered by Arden, Beach, Bream and Dolphin Street. The palace included an indoor swimming pool, 25 × 10 metres, an aquarium featuring the tiger shark from the famous shark arm case, a great hall that could be used as a roller skating ring. Canadian toboggan ran down the hillside for over 70 metres and a herd of 14 donkeys to ride, as well as swings, well gigs, rocking horses, toy boats, flower beds, bandstand and an open-air bar. Coogee was connected to the City of Sydney by electric tram in 1902. Suburb's popularity as a seaside resort was then guaranteed. The line branched from Clovelly at Darley Road in Randwick. Train line from Randwick to Coogee opened in 1883 and electric services were introduced in 1902. It closed in the 60s. It follows current route of Transdev John Holland Bus Route 373. Sections of the disused tramways are now maintained by local residents as a community garden. Goldstein Reserve is parkland located immediately adjacent to Coogee Beach. It has spectacular ocean views to Wedding Cake Island and headlands at either end of the beach. Reserve is flat with picnic shelters, barbecues, seating, open grassed areas and maturing shade trees. The promenade running through the reserve provides a direct link to the beach and is used by walkers, joggers and sightseers. Goldstein is named after Hyman Goldstein, who spent 14 years working for Randwick City Council. He was mayor for 2 years between 1918 to 19 and was identified with many different sporting bodies around the area. Goldstein was also a member of the New South Wales Legislative Assembly, representing eastern suburbs from 1922 to 25 and Coogee from 1927 until his death in 1928. The reserve is used for major events such as council annual carols and Sparklers New Year's Eve fireworks. There are 2 kiosks in Goldstein Reserve and public toilets, showers and change rooms. The town centre is just across the road and a major bus terminal is located on adjacent Arden Street. A memorial to fallen lifesavers is located at the southern end of the park, overlooking the beach. Memorial was unveiled in 2014 and features a bronze statue of a lifesaver and digger by Alan Somerville. Alcohol consumption is not permitted in the park. Barbecues in the Radwick local government area are timed to operate from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day throughout the year. One thing I definitely would like to say is be careful of magpies, because I was swooped by one while I was walking along the path that you can see here in this video. So I had to literally have my bag covering me over, and I had to quickly run to do the shots needed for this. It was a pretty overwhelming experience, but they do have signs showing be careful of magpies because they do tend to swoop. So that's one thing to be cautious of when approaching Goldstein Reserve, because I really didn't expect that one would come after me. And it did, so I was quite safe, and luckily I wore a cap, so no major incidents happened to me whatsoever. Granda Reserve is located directly to the south of beach, beyond the Coogee Surf Life Saving Club. Reserve includes a playground, picnic tables, barbecues, and extensive plantings of native trees and shrubs. The coastal walkway continues through Reserve and is popular with walkers and joggers. It provides access to other iconic facilities, including McIver's baths, which is only for women and children. As well, you have Wiley's baths. There's street parking nearby, but best crossed is on foot via the coastal walkway, which follows the Coogee coastline stretching from Bondi to Maroubra. Drinking alcohol is not permitted in the park. There are a series of interesting recreational spaces separated by banks of mass planting. They are tree ties of native and indigenous planting, Norfolk Island pines for scale and shade, Banksias and Melaleucas for screening, and coastal health species for accent and mass planting. Located towards northern end of Reserve is a large children's playground called the Stan Winden Memorial Playground, also referred to as the Granda Reserve Playground. The layout of play area is designed to resemble an abstract ship moored to the jetty. There are pylons, decks, moorings, climbing ropes, and a 7.5 meter high space not net representing the ship's mast. Two historic and spectacular ocean pools are located adjacent to the park. Toilets are located close to the entrance to McIver's baths. Southern area of the reserve have been developed as a meeting place and village green to be used for unstructured recreation. The Rotunda and Grass Amphitheatre provide an opportunity for live performances. South Coogee is a coastal suburb within eastern suburbs of Sydney. It's located 9 kilometres southeast of the Sydney Central Business District, in local government area of the City of Radwick. Coogee is a separated suburb to the north. South is surrounded by the suburbs of Coogee, Kingsford and Maroubra. Latham Park is a large recreation area that features football fields, cricket pitches, tennis courts and ball greens. It sits beside Edouard House, a Department of Defence facility for the Royal Australian Navy. A small shopping strip is located in Malabar Road, close to the boundary of Radwick Cemetery. Another strip of shops sits 1 kilometre further south along Malabar Road, at the corner of Tarrington Road. Lorline Bay is a secluded rocky basin and nestles between weather-sculptured headlands. The small bay can only be accessed via the coastal walk from either Seaside Parade to the north or Marine Parade if coming from Maroubra Beach. The 1888 paintings of Coogee Bay by Charles Conder and Tom Roberts are among the earliest masterpieces of the Hunderberg School or Australian Impressionism. Shark arm case was an incident at the Coogee Aquarium Baths in 1935 when a captured tiger shark regurgitated a human arm. The arm belonged to a missing person, James Smith, who was identified by a tattoo. The arm had been cut off, which led to the murder investigation. Nobody was ever charged over murder, although another local criminal, Regional Holmes, was found shot in a car near the Sydney Harbour Bridge the day before the inquest into Smith's death was due to start. Sydney's steam tramways first reached Coogee in 1883 and were electrified in 1902. The trams were replaced by buses from time to time in the 1940s and 50s, as the infrastructure suffered severe neglect during and after World War II. Trucks were deemed too expensive to repair, and the power supply was so inadequate that trams would grind to a halt in inconvenient locations. Eventually, the entire Sydney tram network was scrapped and replaced by buses. The last trams ran to Coogee in 1960. There are usually many taxis in the area, and there is a late-night taxi rank on Friday and Saturday nights, just behind the main bus stand on Adrian Street. The suburb is now well served by buses. There is a bus interchange at the beach with 3 stands. The following outline routes and their stands. In larger surf, there are often rip currents at both northern end and at southern ends, also quite frequently in the centre of beach. These are simply the places where incoming water escapes most naturally. It's claimed by some locals that the rip in centre of beach is partly caused by remaining foundations of the old entertainment pier. Coogee is one of Australia's more densely populated areas, with apartment buildings in every style from the 1930s onwards. Some freestanding houses remain. The Penguins Winter Swimming Club compete against Bondi Icebergs Winter Swimming Club, South Maroubra Dolphin Winter Swimming Club, Cronulla Polar Bears Winter Swimming Club, Maroubra Seals Winter Swimming Club, Coolangatta Surf Life Saving Club, Cloverley Eskimos Winter Swimming Club, Bronte Splashes, Wollongong Whales, and Cottesloes Crabs in the Winter Swimming Association of Australian Championships. Beach volleyball is growing in popularity around the world. The Beach Volleyball Association resides at the northern end of the beach, with council authorisation to set up 5 portable nets along the promenade. Events happens within the Art Festival in February is a series of open-air events held in the parklands above the southern side of Coogee Beach. It features theatre performances and a small film festival. Annual Family Fun Day is the first Saturday of every December, held by the Chamber of Commerce. It features amusement rides and stalls next to the beach. Patu Mayam Day is the first of its kind outside of Malaysia. On the first of every month, one can indulge in world-famous Putu Mayam, which is rice noodles accompanied by shaved coconut and brown sugar on the coastal edge of Coogee Beach. Island Challenge is held of last weekend in November by the Surf Life Saving Club. It involves a 2.4 kilometre swim out and around Wedding Cake Island, which is off Coogee Beach. The race began in 2000, attracts hundreds of competitors, and is a prominent fixture on the Sydney ocean swimming scene. Participants may also compete in a 1 kilometre shorter swim, and for participants under the age of 12, an 800-metre dash is also held. Coogee is part of the city of Redwick, forming the East Ward together with Clovelly. It lies in the federal electorate of Kingsford Smith, to which covers all of southeast Sydney. Historically, it has been part of the Wentworth and then the Phillip electorates. Coogee is located in the state of electorate of Coogee, which also includes the suburbs of Radwick, Waverley, Clovelly, Bronte and Bondi Junction. Currently represented by the Australian Labor Party at both the federal level and the state level. While it's sometimes called the Ivor Pool, this sweet spot on Coogee's coastal walk is named after a local man called Ivo Rowe, who helped maintain the pool that bears his name. One of the smallest ocean pools in Sydney, it was mostly created by Mother Nature, with the local Apex Club lending a hand to make it a little bigger in 1965. The new staircase has been constructed to improve safety and accessibility to the rock pool located at 1R Bonya Parade. It replaces a concrete to a rocky pathway. It's constructed of fibre reinforced polymer, mini mesh and stainless steel to protect it from the harsh coastal elements. Design and construction of the new staircase began mid-2024. The rock pool has reopened on Monday 21st of October 2024 is when it was finished.
This is where I'm actually going to conclude the video, but I hope you learnt a thing or two while I've taken you to the places that I could here on Coogee. I'm back where I started from at the beach there. It's been a pretty wet day. I will admit everything of mine is completely soaked, my pants, my shoes. But I'm going to remember this moment of how wildly insane I can be. But for you guys, for anything to film places like this, make sure to definitely come here. It's really, really good during the sun's out, and you can also enjoy it here while it's overcast as well. I'm looking forward to taking you on the next Granda adventure, and I'll see you then. Take care, everyone. Bye. Take a gander through Granda's socials as well, clicking that subscribe button on his YouTube channel. I also have merch on a website called Redbubble. You can check out by my username Granda94, where it sells all different things such as clothes, headwear, magnets, and alongside of other variety of cool stuff. Always appreciative of all support. Have fun looking through other content of mine and catch you on the next video. Bye everyone!